Hello everyone, Rob here with California Hike, Bike, and RV. I'm here to talk to you about the best technique to get your big bike up on its center stand. This is a BMW K1600B Grand America. It comes in at just over 800 pounds wet. And if you've got any big bike, it's the same technique, and I'll give you some tips and tricks. So stick around, stay tuned, because this is what you need to know. For starters, I just want to let you know I'm not geared up for riding right now, but I do have my riding boots on. That's an important thing. You want a robust sole on your feet because, frankly, it's not very comfortable doing this in tennis shoes or flip-flops. First thing is you want to make sure that your handlebar is centered on the center line of your bike. If your handles are just askew just a little bit, you're going to be fighting against yourself trying to get this up in a straight line as you put it up on, as you roll up onto your center stand. So make sure that your handlebars are straight down the center line. Second thing is that you're going to have two grips for your hands, and mainly this is just to guide your bike. 100% for your front hand that goes on your handlebars. You're not going to be pushing, pulling up, anything like that. All you're going to be doing is using that to steady your bike. Most of the work comes in from your foot, and you have a little bit to do with your right hand. There's a grip here on each side for my passenger. I use that for my back grip. So what you want to do is lift your bike up, put your foot down on the center stand, and rock your bike like this until you feel it on the center stand balanced. Once you've got it to that point, you don't have to worry about it because the bike and the weight of the bike is centered on that stand and you're good to go. Once you get it to that point, that's the most important thing because you want to roll it up on an even keel on each side of that center stand. Once you've got it to that point and your handlebars are aligned with the center of your bike, facing straight ahead, then what you're going to do is take a grip here with your right hand, and as you push down with your right foot, I'm gonna come to the front here. As you push down with your right foot and stand up with your right foot, it's kind of a, it's not really that you're trying to pull the bike up, you're just kind of pushing against that leverage that you're getting with your hand. And as you push down, your bike will roll itself up onto the center stand. So let me go back here. I've got my left hand on the handlebars. Handlebars are centered. I'm gonna put my center stand down and rock it up onto that center stand, okay? There you go, I've got it. At this point, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of my weight onto my right leg as I stand up and straighten my leg and leverage it against my arm, which is straight. I'm not gonna go like this, I'm gonna stand up straight. And all I'm gonna do is as I stand up, my bike's gonna roll right back up onto that center stand, and here we go. So you're gonna notice that when I did that, I did it in one smooth motion. And it was with pretty good amount of force. I didn't want to baby it as I try to get it up onto the center stand because then you're doing all the work and your bike isn't. So make sure that you're pretty aggressive. You give it a robust push down with your right leg as you hold this steady with your right arm, okay? Now, how do you get this thing off the center stand? There's a couple of different techniques. Some guys like to stand on the side of it. I don't like that because I've seen a couple of guys dump the bike doing it in that manner. You can do it if you do it. Make sure that your kickstand's down and that as you go forward, you're doing it in a manner that you're going to pull the bike towards you a little bit so that you don't lose your weight balance to the right side of the bike and then the bike's going to dump. So, you know, that's up to you. That's a personal preference. I don't like doing it like that. My technique and the way that I like to do it, because it's nice and safe, I leave my kickstand down in addition to the center stand. Always want to do that. I even do that when I'm having a passenger board, by the way. Just gives you a little bit of added safety. So I'm going to get up here. And the way that I do this is I keep on my right leg. You can do it with with both legs down. I like to keep it with my right leg up. And the reason is because when I put my left foot down, it tends to make me lean a little bit to the left as I take this off the center stand. And that's important because that's the side that the kickstand's on. If for some reason my leg goes out or something like that, or my foot slips, then the kickstand's gonna save me. So once you get to this position, I give it a little bit of a rock back and then rock forward. It's almost like when you get stuck in your truck or something and you're trying to rock out of the sand. So rock back, rock forward, and you're down. And you'll notice that as I came forward and I knew that the bike was coming off the center stand, I put my right foot down to make sure that I steadied myself. I use my left foot just when I'm starting this out. It just kind of reminds myself to get my left foot down and lean the bike to the left as I do that, okay? So as I noted earlier in the video, I'm 5'11", 190 pounds. I'm not a big guy. And if you're unable to get your bike up onto the center stand, trust me when I say it's all about your technique. So I want to do a little demonstration. I'm going to try to go as slow as I can, taking this up onto the center stand to show you that it's just not all muscle. So straighten my handlebars, put the stand down, rock up onto the stand, get it balanced, and as I stand up and push my hips forward, as I stand up and push my hips forward, I'm just going to push my foot down, and there it is. Okay, final thoughts. I understand there's other techniques out there, you know, putting it on a piece of plywood on the back tire. And in fact, I'm going to do another video because I've never tried that and I want to see how it works. So I'll do a video in the next week or so. If you like this one, subscribe and you'll be able to see that one when I do that one next week. The other thing, one other little tip that I'd like to tell you about with my bike specific is that I leave it on 2-up. Meaning stiffer suspension, it rides a little bit higher, and because it rides a little bit higher, when I put it onto the center stand, it just seems like it's a little bit easier to put it up onto the center stand. So I leave it 2-up when I'm riding all the time anyway, but if you have a bike that has that capability, try putting it in the 2-up position to get the bike up a little bit. The center of gravity's up just a little bit higher. It's easier to roll it onto that center stand. So if you found this informative, hopefully it helps you out, get your bike up on the center stand if you've never been able to do it. I know when I first bought this bike, I traded up from a smaller BMW R1200, and I just had a heck of a time until I figured it out in terms of the best technique to get this thing up on the center stand. So good luck, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next ride.
To the river, I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man, down to the river.